So to try to finalize the series, little mini series that I have of, the magnum opus, but of being able to recognize the monster and taming the monster. So we had the recognizing the monster, like the fact that the monster, the ego, is going to be there, and these people will never take responsibility for creating a monster in you. And you see, this is what separates the chosen ones from the regular evil ones, right? The evil ones will take the monster, let the monster consume them, and then they attack people or other people with their monster, right? They go on killing sprees and all this other type of stuff. They go postal. They go to war. They do whatever it takes to let the monster consume itself, right? And then you have the chosen ones that overcome the monster, and they don't let the monster, control them or overcome them. But then they might run. You have some chosen ones that run from the monster, or just let the monster do them, and they act like it's not there. So you'll have the people that the chosen ones that overcome this level is the ones that tame the monster. What I was talking about the last one. Right, the last video, right, of taming of the monster, which is you being able to not let the monster consume you, you being able to control it, right? Now, there's a third level, right, and this is the finalize the videos of this evil, of this monster, right? And there's a third level, and this is the ultimate level, right? This one, because most people get stuck at taming the monster. I mean, it will take you your whole life, some people, to tame the monster, because this is you're always constantly being afflicted with something. You're always constantly having to go through all these levels of affliction. You know what I'm saying? And it sometimes it don't stop, and it's very trying. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that's easy. Chosen ones, this is not an easy path. This is not something that people just choose to do. Like, there's many people that live a meager, very, mild life. Like, they don't want to be nothing. They just chilling with just paying bills and then dying out this reality and not doing nothing. You know what I mean? But then you have people that are destined for significance, are destined for just greatness. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, the more greatness that you accomplish in your life, the more trials that you're going to have, the more you're going to have to be built up to be able to accomplish greatness. Greatness doesn't just fall into anybody's lap. You got to be great to do greatness. Like, so it's just not, something that you just get, as like a fall in your lap, a present. It's not a Christmas gift. It's something like that. And the third level, right? So you have your those two, but the third level is this. I talked about the hero's journey on one of the videos, but I never went into depth, and I'm going to make one on the hero's journey, because they have many stories. The Epic of Gilgamesh. There's many stories about a hero's journey. Romania, what's the other one? Like Buddha. Buddha is a hero's journey. The story of Buddha. It's Siddhartha, Buddha, Siddhartha. So, accepting the journey of atonement AT-ONEment, becoming one. Now, everybody's like, one, what do you mean by that? The Trinity. But you're Muslim, you talk about a Trinity. Well, Muslims have a Trinity. We have three acts of Tawheed. So, yeah. So, but what I mean by one is exactly what Jesus talked about. Is exactly what any ascended master understands about the 3-in-1. And when you understand the 3-in-1, I'm not going to give you the secret on it, because it takes a lot of journeying to get to that, right? But I'm gonna give you the exoteric term of it. All right, I'm not going to give you the esoteric term. I'm gonna give you the exoteric. And it's accepting the journey and fulfilling atonement or nirvana or enlightenment or things like that, or your magnum opus, what I talk about, right? And the way you do that with this monster I'm talking about is accepting it. Is literally accepting it. Is literally not taming it, because that's taming it, that's controlling it, but accepting it and understanding that each thing that you've experienced in your life is you. it's you. Every experience that you have had up to this moment is little pieces of experiences of yourself. Now you're like, oh, what the heck are you talking about? No, yo, it's you. It's for you. That's why Jesus says in the Bible to pray for your enemies, right? He's telling you to pray for your enemies. This is very secretive knowledge. He's telling you to pray for your enemies because this is the weakest link of you. This is the weakest version of you. Why do you think most of the leaders and the real chosen ones are trying to save everybody? Because they're all a part of you. They're all a part of us in the collective consciousness. Everything is each other. Everything from Hitler all the way up to, the Pope, and all the way up to Mother Teresa and whatever. Like, you get what I'm saying? From the worst of the worst to the best of the best. It's all one collectiveness. You can't separate this. We're all in the sea of reality together. So how is we going to be able to accept this? I hope you understand in physics, they tell you that energy can't be destroyed or created. It can't be, right? So if energy can't be destroyed and created, then God must not be destroying Hitler. People must not be destroying Hitler. He might come back again, and that's true. So if that's the case, then hold on. So if that's the case, well, so we're all in this together, right? Yes. And one of the videos I said you can't kill your way out of this. You know why you can't kill your way out of this? Because this is you. Because this is you. This is all aspects and versions of the God that you say you love, the God that we all pray to. They're all versions of Him and you. See, that's what atonement really is. AT-ONEment. Being at one with your Lord. Being at one with God. That's what a real relationship is, right? When you say with your wife, when you get married, you have a covenant. Y'all become what? One body, right? When you join a church, what happens? You become one body, right? When Muslims pray, we all pray together in one rank, right? With the angels, right? Don't the angels slide in between our ranks? Oh, we all pray one. We all pray one with her. Because it's all a version of you. See, this is the biggest obstacle that most people are going to go through because they hate their enemy. I mean, like, I ain't even gonna lie, yo. This is a big deal. This is a big deal because you hate the people that hurt you. And this is not something that, this is very true. You hate them. I don't like the people that hurt me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they will know how much I don't like them if I was ever to be able to see them. You see what I'm saying? Because this is just what it is. You know what I mean? And this is a version of you. And in order for you to be able to reach a level of nirvana that is the ultimate enlightenment, you got to be able to pray for your enemies. And I ain't just talking about praying for your enemies to keep them safe. You mean, if you as diabolical as some people, you might pray that you don't never see them because then we will be safe. You know what I mean? But this is a version of you. So by pray for your enemies, you're talking about more of their elevation in life, their closeness with God in life. Their success is also your success. This is real deep stuff. This is nothing. This is the deepest stuff that you will get in life. Because for you to be able to love your enemy, for you to be able to pray for your enemy, this is basically putting your enemy in the same rank, right? as your brother, as your mother, as your child. Now, how many people can do that? How many people can pray next to the person that killed their child? Shoot, how many people can pray next to the person that killed their brother? How many of y'all will be able to feed or invite into your house the person that tried to kill you? I was betrayed. I was betrayed on levels that most people would be like, what? Like, I was betrayed on some real deep, disgusting levels. Like, to the point I wouldn't even say it on this type of platform, because one is not even. It's not something I would even want to go back over, because I'm not even on that. I'm not on that level. That's why I said this is magnum opus. This is it. This is the final level. This is the level of which you be able to understand and really accept every version of yourself, or every version of what God has put down on this earth. Because you talk about, y'all read these books and you don't understand that God has all types of versions of himself, right? If you don't believe me, read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah and Gog and Magog and all that other stuff. God was killing stuff. God was drawn, right? Wasn't God drawn? Wasn't God destroying stuff? What did Abraham say? Abraham was like, man, you want to destroy a whole city? I'm not with that. There's got to be somebody over there that's actually good. God, like, man, I'm God. What are you talking about? I know they're not good. I know they're not trash. They trash as I don't know what. But since you think that they good, go find some people that you think is good. Yo, bring me 5 people and I'll spare them. Because God is God. He knew better. He like, man, they ain't even 5. It's only you. When he went to Lot, he said it's only you. I'm saying Abraham, but it was Lot. And he was like, it's only you and your wife. I think it was just them two and Sarah or something. Then she looked back and she turned to like salt or something, a pile of salt. That's where the Dead Sea comes from and all that. See, these stories are real deep, yo. These stories in the Bible are like stories that you want to read because you want your soul to be so developed. You want soul points, right? I call it soul points and all that. But some people ain't got no soul. Some people just they done gave their soul away. Well, I mean, I don't truly believe that. I truly believe that souls is something it's impossible for you to give away something that belongs to somebody else. And your soul was given to you by God. That's what, when God, when they say that you are created in a version of the Lord, he's talking about your spirit, your soul. This level of versions of yourself, these layers of your ultimate, your true pure self has layers, and that's where it comes from. But this reality that was created, this reality that he created and did the firmament and split it and all that, the book of Genesis, the first chapter, the reality that was created, this one, is important for the development because the other reality is everlasting. See, the other reality is something that can't change. It's the unchangeable, right? So you have your 3, oh man, like I said, I ain't really want, because this is, you have your creator, destroyer, and sustainer. This level is the one that has all 3. See, y'all really don't get, this has all 3. You have your past, your present, and your future. You have the sustainer, the creator, and destroyer. This level right here is the sustainer. When I said about accepting in that moment, that's the sustainer. That's being able to sustain it, because this level, the hardest thing to do is to not let something change. How many people have you met that you stayed the same? How many people hasn't changed on you? Man, wallahi, wallahi. I have to stop being around people like even my so-called friends that I used to have. I had to stop being around them. You know why? Because I'm so unchangeable that they use it against me. I was so loyal that they used it against me. They used it for their own benefit to try to set me up. That's how I got set up. So when you see a person like me that's unstainable, or maybe like your grandmother, grandfather, or these old soul type of people, when you see these type of people that are normally like, oh man, he that's him, he won't be the same. When you see these type of unchangeable type of people, some good, some bad, it don't matter. When you see the unchangeable type of people, yo, this is a rock. This is as close to geography as we can get, right? The mountains that we see, unchangeable. It's not like the seasons, right? So when you see this level of reality, sustaining something is the hardest thing to do. That's the hardest thing, is to have something that won't change and always be the same. And that's what God is. That's what God is, yo. God is the one that no matter what you do, he's always there for you. No matter how much of a piece of trash that you is, he's always there for you. That's why I said the thing about accepting and praying and loving your enemy, accepting the monster. Because when you're accepting, when you take the loving your enemy and love love your enemy and pray for him, when you're able to do that, then you basically able to pray for the devil. You're basically able to accept the devil. So then you ask yourself, well, why didn't God kill the devil then? And now you start to break down the story. Now you're starting to become, a believer. The mu'minun. Now you're starting to become successful. Because when you're able to love everybody, then you're able to become successful. Because God loves everybody, right? God would have destroyed the devil. God destroyed, Gog and Magog and Sodom and Gomorrah. Why didn't God destroy the devil? Satan, Shaitan, the jinn. Why? Why didn't God destroy your enemies? God saw what he did. God saw it. God saw they ain't nothing. Why didn't God destroy him? No. God didn't destroy your enemies because you needed them. Now let me give you more in depth on that, right? Because I needed my enemies. Every enemy I ever had helped me. To be able to even say that just made me a little upset inside, you know what I mean? But every enemy I ever had helped me. Every person that ever stabbed me in my back helped me. Not only did the stab in my back make me stronger, make me more resilient, and make me more perseverant, but also put me on point and made me sharper. Like, for example, when I was young and growing up in my adolescence year and all that, I couldn't fight. I couldn't fight at all. So like, I won a couple fights and all that, but I got beat up a lot. So what happened was I learned how to fight. And then I started beating people up. And if it wasn't for me losing, I would have never been able to learn. I would have never been able to know how to fight. And I mean, this is easy. This is an easy story to be able to tell. Like, I could really be able to this story could be used on different multiple levels, not just that, on money, on, being robbed once or scammed once. Now you protect everything. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It's just so many experience that you have that you see it now. Like now I know when people were lying to me. I know when people are scheming, I'm looking at it, I'm like, look at this. I can choose whether I'm going to allow them to see where they coming from. I'll be wanting to see where they come from. I'll be like, okay, she's scheming, let's see what's up. Okay, he's scheming, let's see what's up. Let's see who sent him. So this is just like a, you mean? This is what happens. This is how you stay on point. But this is also what you needed. Because look, if everything was all good, right? If everything was all good and this was like the Garden of Eden and we lounging and eating apples and stuff like that, we ain't supposed to be eating this stuff. Like, I mean, what are we doing? What are we working on? What kind of fulfillment are we getting in life? One of the most unfulfilled life, I read a book called Purpose Driven Life by like Rick Warren or something. I forget his name. I'll bring it up on the joint, right? This was like one of the best books I ever read, and it was like a Christian book. And I'm like, oh man, I'm full-blown Muslim. Like I'm fasting, I'm super Muslim and everything at this time, right? I mean, and I'm reading this book and I'm like, yo, this book is banging, right? It's like, no lie. This is one of the best books you ever gonna read, right? And of course I read it in jail. So this is like the biggest like jail book you will get because this is everywhere in jail, right? But when I read this, and I read this like 16, 17 years ago, right? But when I read this joint, this joint was banging. I'm like, yo, this is the best book ever. And the reason why I say it's the best book ever is it's like a 40-day book of how to, change your life or change your thinking. But one of the things that makes it the most important is that it's a purpose-driven life. So when you look around and you look at your neighbor and all that, most of the times, most people don't have no purpose. So right, this Saturday night right now, right? How many people's out like trying to find a life? Now, this is very interesting, right? Because you're going to have people out here that's going to be posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook and stuff like that. And they're going to seem like they're having a good time. I can guarantee you they're going to forget this day. They're going to forget it, yo. And if they spending money, they really wasting their time. Because they about to spend money that they could use for something else that has more sustainability. And they're going to forget the time. Now, I'm not telling you not to go out and have fun. I wouldn't even, tell a person that. You go out and live your life the way you live it. But what I mean is just the purpose-driven life. People don't have no purpose. And the last thing you want to do is to be around a person with no purpose. This is for a chosen one. This is how you want to fall. Because a person with no purpose is dangerous as heck. This is like a drunk driver. It's like you ever drive on the road and you see a drunk driver, like, oh, this person's drunk, and you just trying anything to get around him. I know that somebody will watch this and crack up because like I'm one of them drivers. Like I'm like, yo, forget that. Like I'm going. I'm trying to speed past him as fast as past because he about to hit somebody. He's so drawn. He drunk as heck. He's swerving. He going to hit somebody. That's how I be when I walk around like outside and stuff like that. I look at people and I'm like, oh, he about to crash. Look at him. I know he about to hit somebody. Just don't even think about trying to hit me. And that's what I do with the car. I just drive like, you better not try to hit me. Boom. The last person you try to hit. And that's how it is. That's what happens when you live life with a purpose. So, we're all one. And if we're all one, and if our greatest level is AT-ONEment, atonement, to have that connection with God, then what's stopping our dreams? Because one thing I thought that was very hurtful, what I saw, when I watch kids, they be like 2 years old, right? And it's like the little scientist age. That's what the psychologists call it, right? But we call it terrible twos, right? The baby running around drawn. He touching everything. He knocking stuff down. He drawn. He the devilish baby in the world, right? Cutest thing ever. He like this, right? Smiling and everything. But the baby drawn. He can't keep his hands out of stuff and he can't keep stuff out his mouth, right? And then you look and you have parents that be like, and you just crushing his dreams, right? And if you have parents that are too aggressive, right, it just kills the dreams. And that's what this world does. I hate to say it like that, yo. This world will kill your dreams, yo. You want to be the highest thing that you have a friend coming like, oh, you do that, you gonna be stupid. You do this, like, it will be and it all be jealous people most of the time. It be jealous haters and stuff like that. But and then you have like this world, and this world will kill your dreams. And when you're trying to aspire to do greatness, dreams is all you really have. I mean, your imagination is what sows the dreams. Is what creates the dreams. It creates like your covers of dreams, like your patchwork. You know what I'm saying? You patch and you put it together. And dreams is what helped scientists create some of the uncreated versions of their inventions. Like Nikola Tesla used to say, he used to get stuff out of dreams all the time. The periodic table boy, he really said he got the periodic table out of a dream. So dreams are something that is something you want. You aspire for dreams. You don't want nothing to be coming through, knocking your dreams out of the sky. I mean, I dream. I still dream. I mean, I'm still one of those people really that still believe in things like marriage, knowing what I've experienced, and then also knowing what has happened to the social institution of marriage right now. I mean, we're talking about we are really talking about something that is already dying. It's on like 4th stage of cancer. I mean, it's on his deathbed for real. And yeah, I mean, I still believe in the covenant between man, woman, and God. Now, yeah, I could be a fool. I've been a fool before, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but one of the things that will help you when you're a fool is if you're a tough fool, as stubborn as I am. Because if you're a tough fool, then you can take the fall down and get back up and do it again. And you don't care what other people say. Because other people are going to say what they're going to say anyway, even if you're not the fool. But if you are a fool, they really going to talk trash about you. You just got to be strong enough to be able to accept it. And that's why I said the thing about people making comments or like coming over trying to hate or jealousy stuff and actions and things like that, because you think like, well, you know, person or whoever does it, I was raised in hell. I've been stabbed, shot, karate chopped. I've been in real fights, gun fights, all types of stuff. What is this? This is preschool to me. Like, I've been in wars. What is you? Do you come over here with this stuff? This is nothing. I've been in wars. What is this? I lost my fear of death 30 years ago. What you talking about? So, like, when you see this stuff, it's laughable to you. Because you know, especially a person that you laugh at this type of stuff. Now, man, well, listen. I be the main one, Sun Tzu style. Like, I'll act like I'm scared all day. Because one of the things is you ain't gonna be able to live a life like that. You just cannot. It's impossible. It's impossible to live a life like that. It's impossible. You are not Genghis Khan. You can't win every battle. It's just not like that. So you gotta play the role as best as possible. Because you still have something to contribute. You have something to contribute. You have something to attain to. If you're anything like me, a chosen one, I have not met my quota yet. I have a target to hit. I have not met my quota, and I'm going to hit my target. I've hit all my targets. I'm going to hit mine. Is you going to hit yours? See, because that's what that is. That's what the atonement is. And if you are willing to go through hell, torture, all types of painful trials and tribulations to get to your target, then you were worthy. You were worthy of that greatness. You were worthy of that. So, I would want these parents to stop their kids from dreaming. Because one of the biggest issues in our society today is that people don't dream. And that's not creating resilient people. You got everybody trying to fit in line. Everybody's trying to be the next person, the same person. We got all types of clones out here. Nobody's saying, no, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. Nobody's going a whole nother way and doing the right thing. That's why we have a snowball effect of all types of sucker shit. Truthfully. We have a snowball effect of all type of sucker stuff because everybody wants to join in doing sucker stuff. Nobody wants to step out of line to do anything right. Well, if that's the case, then watch what's going to happen too. Because one thing I know for a fact is that evil and corruption and perversion and that cancer I was talking about is going to die. It's going to kill itself. Because you cannot continuously consume something. It's impossible. You can't. It's impossible. You cannot. First of all, I just said that energy can't be destroyed and it can't be killed, right? So what can you always constantly consume? Eventually, you're going to get to a point where you can't consume anything anymore, right? Right? There you go. So corruption, evil, things like that is never going to be able to consume everything. It's just not. It's going to consume itself. Corruption is going to consume itself. Why do you think civilizations die? Why do you think ages pass? Why do you think your trials and tribulations, your pain, your torture, why do you think that passed? Because it's going to consume itself. So you got to be more than your survival. You got to be more than your pain, more than what your affliction was. And that's what makes you tough. That's what makes you strong. That's what makes you a chosen one. But then that also makes you the one that becomes atonement, the one that's worthy of being one with God. Because God is just not going to let anybody be one with him. He already has a bunch of already got one with him. So for order for you to stick out of the rest, in order for you to be that one, that ascended master, the one to be like Jesus, the one to be like Joseph, the one to be like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one to be like Musa, the one to be like Noah, the one to be like them, you got to be worthy of it. I'm going.